Go. Okay.
Oh, 1, 2. Check my tuning here. Jens, isn't it crazy that there's a bunch of people out there actually playing along when we play?
I know.
Is that great? Well, yeah, if you're one of them, I'll give you the keys quickly. The first tune is going to be in D. The second one is going to be in C. And then we have
A minor.
A minor.
Or G. Yeah, G.
And then we're going to do something in D and E. And then
What key
G.
did we do that?
And then the other one is in D.
Did we
And
play last one in G?
what? D, huh?
I think it was D.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah, then D.
And then there's
G.
That one G and D, and then G minor.
G and G minor.
And a G and G minor.
And then
What's
D
it?
and D.
D
D and E.
D and E.
Yeah.
I don't
Not D and
remember.
A, just D and E.
E, D and E. Do I do a key change in that
Yes,
one?
I think so.
No, really?
No?
Not in that one. We did one for Maya. meadows, run, 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 down to the river, run, 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 hear the whistle blowing, see the water churning in the morning sun. My brother's right behind me, he's trying hard to catch me, so I sit down by the river and I listen to the music in the morning sun. What do you think, Melissa?
Well, but you remember, we once recorded this tune in the woods, and you had your little Sony recorder, and I was sitting on a log.
Oh, yeah.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, all the birds went off,
And
and
when we came back to my house, we couldn't hear nothing but the birds.
yeah, the banjo was just like, am I playing? No, it's just there's a banjo somewhere far away, and the birds were so much louder than my banjo.
But it was amazing how, when I listened back to it later, you know, and with the good headphones and everything, I could actually hear there was a conversation going on between one of the birds that was out there and the banjo, because whenever Jens would stop playing, there would be an answer.
Yeah, I used to play like, maybe. and it was like,
and then would come back in again. It was crazy. I wish I still had that tape. You know, it was really amazing.
I think it's one of these tapes.
Now listen, let's turn on the show. I think we should be.
I think it's one of the on one of these tapes.
No, it can't be. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe dig.
Yeah.
Coming to you from beautiful Wilkes County in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, we invite you to the musical world of the Kruger brothers. Sit back, relax, and welcome to the show with your hosts, the Kruger brothers.
Hello everybody.
Saturday night.
It's good to be back.
Yep.
Very happy to be here. Fantastic. We have a brand new program worked out for you. We're going to play, of course, some of the things we have played in the past 8 months or so. And,
we have come to a threshold that when we recorded like 450 different tunes so far, something like that in this year, and we have to repeat things, But,
yeah, of course we do. But it's but what is the nicest thing for us to see is the community that developed around these little sequences that we do, all the friends that know each other and say hello to each other, and it's like a gathering time. It's really like a community that we are now together with you, and we know it's not all about our music or about us. It's about being together and having the feeling of our friendship. That's very, very important. We're very thankful because we strongly feel that way as well,
Absolutely.
So we're going to start off, I think, with a little number that we played many years. We played it sometimes fast, sometimes slow, and I think we're going to take it a little easy today. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Where did we learn this song? I can't remember.
You remember Steve James?
Yes.
And Sharon and
yes,
Danny and Tony when
course,
they came over. They did that tune.
They did it?
Yeah. They did. I Know You're Right. I remember that because
Tony did sing it. Didn't Tony sing it?
Yeah.
Tony got
and
that.
So this is where we learned it. They pretty much got it from the Europe '72 Grateful Dead version.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what.
All right, here we go.
That came
I'm going to turn on the reverberation. Here we go. Off we go.
I know you're right, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Oh, I know you're right, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss your baby from rolling in your arms. Laid down last night, oh, I could not find laid down last night and I could not find my rest. My mind was wandering like the wild geese in the west. Oh, I know you're right, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you're right, are gonna miss me when miss your baby from rolling in your arms. How I wished I was a headlight on some southbound train. I wished I was a headlight on some southbound train. I'd shine my light through that old Colorado rain. I know you're right, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you're right, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. The sun is gonna shine on my back door someday. The sun is gonna shine on my back door someday. Wind's gonna blow all of them troubles away. I know you're right, it's gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you're right, it's gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss you, baby, from rolling in your arms. Gonna miss you, baby, from rolling in your arms. Just look at those pictures that I have on my iPad that I took out of Susie's photo album. Should have done that. You know, I'm straight back in the Niederdorf right now. There was so much snow in Zurich yesterday, and I remembered those days. You know, the trams didn't run, nothing. They had about 2 feet of snow overnight in Zurich, and up Churros, Anita and Peter sent me a picture. They have over a meter. That's like three and a half, you know, 3.5 feet of snow. So they really dug in, and they said they're listening to the Christmas CD.
And we used to drive to all these shows in Switzerland in the snow, and it was crazy. We would we had little Renault cars, and they had front wheel drive, and it was good because the engine was also in front, you know, with the little, you know, on top of the wheels, and that little small wheels, and we could get through deep
almost
snow.
Anything, yeah.
Almost anything. It was better than most four-wheelers that actually drove around in Switzerland at the time. Mm-hmm. And so for us, it was the ideal little car. And we sometimes played up in the mountains, and we would come out of the restaurant or wherever we played, and we couldn't find our cars anymore, you know, and you try, and that was before the time of the clickers, you know, where you could click and see where your car might be or honk or something, but you had to, you know,
dig it out,
yeah, and your stage closed most of the time.
Stage closed?
Yeah. Well, you know what they had, you know, like these beige polyester suits. No. What's next here on the list? Okay. Oh yeah, that's another one.
Well, it's a song that Robert never really liked a lot, you know, but
yeah, because of the last word.
It's kind of harsh. But
yes,
but why not?
But I think I heard that from Tony Rice. I think that's where I heard it first time. Here we go.
By the banks of the river, where the willows hang low, Pipers, oh, with a soft moaning sound down in the hollow where the waters flow. It was there I first listened to the lies that you told. Now I lay in my bed, Lord, and sorrows run deep, and nothing is worse than a night without sleep. The letter you wrote me, it was written in shame, and I know that your conscience still echoes my name. The night is so cold and sorrows run deep, and nothing is worse than a night without sleep. I walk out alone and I look at the sky, too empty to sing and too lonesome to cry. If the ladies were blackbirds and the ladies were thrushes, I would walk there for hours in them cold, lonesome marshes. And if the ladies were squirrels with high bushy tails, I'd fill up my shotgun with rock salt and nails. With rock salt and nails.
Here. Can I turn it off? Oh, here it goes. Okay. Turn the reverberation off. It's
Rock
better
salt
when
nails.
we
You know, every time I sing this, it reminds me of Rick Norlander. You remember Rick?
was he from Holland?
He was from Holland, and he moved to Appenzell later, and he's still playing. He's got a Jesse and the Gents, I think, is the name of his band. But Rick was the biggest Tony Rice fan I ever knew. You know, he really sat down back then.
He's a great guitar player.
Amazing guitar player. Yes, Rick Norlander.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
Did
Didn't he play with Ernest as well?
Oh yeah, he played with a lot of people. You know, like I said, he became a guitar teacher, and he's been teaching generations of guitar players now since the 80s and up in Appenzell. Yeah, but this is one of those tunes that reminds me of Rick. That's for sure. You know,
we're gonna play you one that's a little different. It's from my first solo album. Days in the Field was the name of the solo album, and you can still download it, I think.
Oh yeah.
And it's played with Uwe guitar, and Krista plays bass, and I play banjo, of course. Yeah. And it was organized by my friend Massimo Gatti. He's a great mandolin player in Italy. And I remember when his children were born, and Icaro, his son, came to stay with us here for a while. He's a great banjo player, still plays music. You know, Massimo was a fabulous guy, and he was working together with a record label in Milan, you know, in the late 80s, called DDD. They were the record company for Eros Ramazzotti, and they had an idea, because New Age music became popular, and they did a whole line of acoustic music, playing like slow sort of meditative music.
They call that strumenti.
Strumenti, yes, they called the whole series, and so they asked me if I would do one with the banjo because I wrote some different kind of music, and we're going to play you the title track of it. Of course, without a bass, it's I always have to get used to it. No, the whole music.
But yes, next week Krista will play with us.
Yes, next week Krista will play with us the show.
Right.
But
let's see if I can still cobble this together. This was 1990.
Yes,
91.
Yeah, 91. Yeah, I think. Yeah, let's go. It's called Days in the Field. So. 2, I think by the time we were done, we knew it again.
What a beautiful tune.
Yeah, well, I can hear the bass. It's okay. It's okay.
We got a country song on the list now.
Uh-huh.
Ed Bruce just passed away this week.
Yeah, I know.
And Ed Bruce was he was very well known in Switzerland because he had this wonderful voice, and he was one of Jeff's biggest heroes. Yes, now there's girls, there's ladies, and there's these beautiful songs that he had. He did this Never Hit 17 when you play against the dealer. I recorded a couple of songs with him for a record that the Frutigen Festival did.
Ah, yeah, that
so,
was him. Yes, right.
Of course, I just had the live recordings of it, but I spent days and days trying to make this all sound good, and it's just wonderful. This is a song I think he was famous for. Really, let's see if we can recreate this somehow. Just do this in honor of Ed Bruce, real cowboy. He was a gentleman, a tall fella. Cowboys ain't easy to love, and they're harder to hold. They try to give you a song, silver or gold. Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's, each night begins a new day. You don't like him, you don't have to tell him, you probably just right away. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them all trucks. Make them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Cowboys like smoky old pool rooms and clear mountain mornings. They'll warm puppies and children and girls of the night. Them that don't know him don't like him, and them that do sometimes don't know how to take it. He ain't wrong, he's just different, but his pride won't let him do things to make you think he's right. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars, drive them old trucks. Make them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love.
I used to play that with Johnny Schmidt.
Yeah.
Johnny Schmidt, he was an accordion player, and but he played button accordion, and in order to also play all these bars and such, he had a button accordion that was like an electronic organ that was like the buttons were turned around so he could play like a keyboard, but he was playing the button accordion. Mm-hmm. But then he had a bass sound that he could do with one of the button sides, and he did the bass sound, and it came out of a little polytone amp, and that was the best bass sound I've actually ever heard. It was like boom, it was like boom, boom, boom. And it sounded so good. Playing with Johnny was the best, and they had a little
drum machine.
And he had a book this big, thousands of songs in him, right? Thousands of songs. And he would open them up, and his glasses were in front of his nose, and he looked a little bit like Kenny Rogers at one point, you know. And he would sit, and we would play these places. Have you ever played with him this zoo out in Coneyland?
Coneyland, I played with Johnny for the opening.
Okay.
Right downstairs in the bar where the dolphins were in the tank.
I played outside for the swimming pool for the kids.
I played there for a month.
I played for the kids at the swimming pool with him, you know. And he would have a little drum machine, and he would push it, and would go, and he would take his little book and he'd start, you know, looking at the words with his glasses down here. And in the end of the song, when it was over, you know, I played electric guitar or banjo, and then at the end of the song, you had to push this drum machine again, and then, you know, the song was over, and the drum machine would keep going, and he would try to find the pedal. But he was fabulous. He had the best sense of harmonies, right? Remember that? He had the best sense of harmonies. I learned so much from Johnny, you know, because he had, from his accordion, he played jazz, really jazzy, you know, with accordion. What is the next one? I'm sorry, I get carried away here.
Next one is in G. Let's see if we can cobble something together here.
All right, this.
Don't you be like me. Oh, don't you be like me. Drink your sherry wine and let that cocaine be. I'm Alabama bound. I'm Alabama bound. And if that train don't stop me, baby, I'm Alabama bound. Oh, I had a good time. Oh, I have to agree. Oh, darling women, they got the best of me. I'm Alabama bound. I'm Alabama bound. And if that train don't stop me, baby, I'm Alabama bound. Don't you be like me. Drink your eggnog, baby, let that cocaine be. I'm Alabama bound. I'm Alabama bound. And if that train don't stop me, baby, I'm Alabama bound. If that train don't stop me, baby, I'm Alabama bound. Train don't stop me, baby, I'm Alabama bound.
That was very different than what we looked at.
We don't look at it.
Oh, we didn't. So I just remembered what we looked at when we looked at it.
Maybe I didn't.
No, remember we once recorded it?
Yes. Totally the B flat or something, and totally different key.
And that was 20 years
and
ago.
much quicker, and many more verses.
More verses.
We even had a mini CD of it. Remember?
3 chairs, please.
Yeah.
I found one. the
No,
other day.
really?
But I don't know what's.
Time's flying. I'm mentioning Stephen and Sharon and Danny and Tony just before, they introduced me to this music. To this,
Well, Danny was a Grateful Dead fan,
Oh, yeah?
and he went to see the Grateful Dead in the 70s, when they came to New York, and he would go see them. He would travel around, see them in New Jersey and wherever they would go. I don't think, was Tony a Grateful Dead fan? Did he go to?
Tony, but they all played that music just like we played folk music, But for them, that was their music. I think Stephen had figured out every guitar solo, and you remember Klopfenstein, Jim Klopfenstein used to play with them over in Munich. He played all the Phil Lesh stuff, they knew all those songs. Was it? Yeah.
Oh God, there's stories. My God.
Because when this music came out, they had no name for it. It was like
folk rock,
proto-Americana. And this is how I learned. Blackberry Blossom. You remember that? I lit out from Reno and I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning came around. Set out running, but I'm taking my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. I ran into the devil and he loaned me a 20 bill. Spent the night in Utah in a cave up in the hills. Set out running, but I'm taking my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. I ran back to the levee and the devil caught me there. Took my $20 bill and he vanished in the air. Set out running, but I'm taking my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. Lay awake each lonely night. First one's named Sweet Anne Marie. She's my heart's delight. Second one is Prison Babe. Sheriff's on my trail. And if he catches up with me, I'll spend a life in jail. I got a wife and she no babe, and one in Cherokee. First one said she's got my child, but it don't look like me. Set out running, but I'm taking my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. You can borrow from the devil, you can borrow from a friend. Devil will give you 20 and a friend will give you 10. Set out running but I'm taking my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. Taking my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. I never really understood the character that's singing. You know, he's doing such funky stuff. You know, he's coming out of you know, he's running away from California into the desert somehow, and he runs down to the little levee and sees some funky stuff, and he's running away from a lot of people, and we don't really know what's happening to him afterwards either. You know, so
no idea.
This song really just hangs there in the air somewhere.
Well, it's a good song. Mm-hmm. It's really, I mean, it's been with people. You know, we had an uncle. His name was Martin Kruger, and he was, you know, the brother of our father, and he played some music, you know, and he was a
trumpet player.
Yeah, and he played trumpet. He played some saxophone, and he asked us once to play a tune in Swiss German, you know, at a fair. And we said, no, we don't like that. And then he said, why don't you want to sing the song? And I said, well, I hate that song. It was, I think, for Luzerner Werkist or something like in Swiss German. I didn't want to do that. And then he looked at me very seriously and said, this song made a lot of people happy. How can you say you don't like that song? You know, I mean, if you can't play it, you know, or you're not good enough to play it, well, that's another thing. But you cannot say it's not a good song because it made a lot of people happy. I thought that really stuck with me. So this made a lot of people, meant a lot to a lot of people.
Oh, when I had a problem once, and when I had a workshop over at Rocky Grass at the Academy.
Yes.
And then I said, well, if you sing about the little girl down in Kentucky, out here in Colorado, it might not be your folk music, you know, and. What you know? But if I start a song like this, you know, so I let out from Reno, and then everyone in the audience knew parts of the words
in the class.
In the class, you know, and so it really, you know, we made it through the song without me singing it, and said, see, this might be your folk music, right? So that was fun. Well, let's do something that's not folk music. That's a little bit ditty. That's a little bit like classical, like Doc Watson would say. You know.
Let me tune a little bit. I hope you're all doing okay on this Saturday night at home.
I'm forgetting where I am.
Yes, me too. I'm a little dizzy today.
This is fun, sitting here playing. We don't have that much time, Jens. You know, we're almost out of time.
Okay, then we better play. Here we go.
Are you in tune?
I think it's... Yeah, I think so. That's 1, 2, 3.
We have to hurry up because we're running out of time.
Okay, let's play it.
Well, Melissa's gonna swipe a little picture in there, and I can send her. You don't know about this, but somebody sent me a picture just a few months ago of that they found when you were jamming with Willie Nelson in Oklahoma at the International Bluegrass.
Okay, yeah.
And
Wow. Oh, thank you
folks,
so much.
we hope to see you tomorrow at the Cook Show, and if not, then we'll see you next week. Next week, and again when we play here, and we're gonna have Krista with us. Hopefully, everything's gonna work out.
Thank you for supporting us so
Yes.
much. I can't stress enough how much it means to us that you're our friends and that you watch the show and be with us every week so faithfully. And let's sing one more song, okay? Thank you. Thank you so much.
In the twilight, oh, I see her, blue eyes crying in the rain, as we kiss goodbye and parted. I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. no parting. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Bye-bye, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much.
Bye-bye. Danke.
Broadcasting from Double Time Recording Studio in Wilkes County, North Carolina, thank you for watching and all your continued support. Please make sure and comment on how much you enjoyed the show and share it with your friends. Join us next time for another edition of The Musical World of the Kruger Brothers.